media, I'm close to Nota, so I don't want it to seem as if I'm protecting anyone here. So I am, just as a disclaimer, very close to Nota. And I did watch his video, just unpacking this and talking about this, and him putting out screenshots, because he's like, look, this lady's trying to blackmail me. We had consensual sex, we had consensual sex, and she's trying to blackmail. And he's showing a receipt of how she was saying, if you don't want me to go open a rape case, you either promote my music or we are in a relationship. My question is, what happens if Nota is telling the truth and Losisi actually is blaming him, blackmailing him? What happens if it was consensual sex? It's happened multiple times where girls will say, I want a relationship or I want money. There are already bad women out there who cry wolf. And it's fucked up because it kind of dilutes the pain and the real cases of Osisbetu that have been sexually assaulted. What happens if Unota proves to be right, in the sense of she was trying to blackmail him in terms of promoting her music? She was trying to blackmail him and pressure him into a relationship. Are you going to go back and apologize should he be innocent of this? Will you go back and, really, or will you move on to the next juicy story? This is people's lives, guys. This is people's lives that are at stake. I used to be a senior student at my res. That means I was head boy of res in varsity. And I remember one of the things that I'd always say to the first year guys, I was like, look, understand that the law of public opinion will be against you, will always be against you. So what you need to try and do is that you need to try and build almost like a case. Should anyone come and say that they were raped or sexually assaulted by you, you should try and build a case that can actually show and protect yourself as best as you can. I used to say to guys in Rez Wuti, please make sure, Wuti, if you're planning to be with a girl, send her a message asking her to bring the condoms. Say, Swam, please can you just bring condoms? I've run out. Ask her, Make sure, Wuti, in the busyness of whatever, the kissing and the dance in the bedroom, ask her if she can go down on you. Ask Usisi to put the condom on you. Ask Usisi to get on top. I'm examined. You can say she brought the condoms to my place. You can say the same way that Itu apparently is the one that went to Nota's place. Again, it's not justifying, explaining. Don't go too far. But at least you can say to Amokweza, hey, she came with the condoms. So she obviously had some sort of intention to have sex. She went down on me. I didn't have a gun, I didn't have a knife on her. She put the condom on me.
Hi everybody, Sanbonani. Welcome to my channel. Please do make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and don't walk away from the video without liking it. Nina, hayi suka. Umuntu avela buka video angayi-like. Lapho ukulike ku-free. Anyway, you guys, let's talk more about the Nota situation. Okay, it's becoming a Nota situation because Nota is going around. Well, maybe that's exaggeration because he's only done one podcast and then he did a live, his own live, you guys, which was more than an hour. I watched it all, okay? Because I wanted to hear what he's got to say for himself. So Nota Baloyi is being accused of a very serious crime, okay? The Sunday World reported that there was a case opened, but when they called the lady whom they are suspecting is the one that opened the case, she said no, she did not want them to talk about the situation, and also she said that she did not open any case. Okay, so that is where we are, but we are still going to get an update today on where she is, because I saw an article where they are sort of indicating that she had said some things about this situation. The interesting thing, you guys, is seeing Nota's friends defend him without defending him. We are going to laugh because you guys get and when we laugh, we're not laughing at the situation because the situation is very, very serious. But there are funny things that are happening around the situation, okay? So we will do that. Now, you guys, here is a thing. There hasn't been a single friend, Nota, that has come out to say, listen, Nota is my friend. I know this guy. He is a good guy. He did not do this. For me, that is an interesting part. You know, nobody wants to do that, but they would rather do it indirectly. Isn't that interesting? Okay. However, guys, I will say what I said yesterday, which is that I do understand that they're in an awkward situation. I think that if I was Nota's friend, I would just stay away from commenting on the situation because it is weird. Because at the end of the day, yes, we have text messages, but we were not there. If we had a video of what happened in the room in that moment, then we can talk. But we only have text messages. The two people that really know what happened is Nota and Itumeleng. And the rest of us, we don't know. Even the closest friends is Kanota. So I do understand that they're in an awkward situation. So here, you guys, one of Nota's friends actually does admit that he's friends with Nota. Did a video talking about this situation, and I thought it was an interesting video, you guys, because it also has that whole energy of I will defend him, but I don't want to sound like I'm defending him. Okay. And he asked valid questions, but I did have certain things or questions about what this guy is saying as far as the whole Nota situation is concerned. Okay. So YouTube is feeling like, Nota's friends are going to battle for him. Okay. And we're not missing it, even though it's done indirectly, but we're not missing that they're going to war for him. It's, he's their friend. So, I mean, maybe they are justified in doing so. He did mention when he was doing his live that he realized that he doesn't have many male friends because people that have called him to support him are mostly women. He said that on his live. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. And I think some of those women, we are seeing who those women are because some of them are out here on YouTube. So now this YouTuber asked the question of what if Nota is telling the truth? Because he's saying people are going on attacking Nota and they're even talking about his marriage and all of that. So he is asking the question of what if Nota is telling the truth? What are people going to do if Nota is telling the truth? I felt like that was a valid question, you guys. However, there's also a question of what if Itumeleng is telling the truth, Because, like I said, we do have the messages, but the act, what took place, only the two people know, okay? So we don't know. We can only rely on the text. If the texts are a reflection of what happened, we can make a judgment. But the truth is, we don't know. So I feel like the question is not only what if Nota is telling the truth? What if he is innocent? What if he was being blackmailed? I feel like the question should also be, what if this girl is telling the truth? And also, it is a thing of like, can you imagine if the R really did take place and then your artist is out here doing a podcast laughing about the situation? What if? We don't know, but the what ifs are on both sides. What if Nota is telling the truth? But what if Itumeleng is telling the truth? What if she really is a victim of an R? With how things are right now, especially on YouTube. I haven't been on other social media, especially Twitter, because I know things are going crazy there too. But we'll keep up, you guys. We'll go through it video by video, you guys. Here's the thing that I feel like people are struggling to believe. They set up rape and blackmail can coexist. I feel like some people are acting like if she blackmailed him, there's no way that he armed her. If she set him up, there's no way that she armed her. The three things can exist: her setting him up, him arming her, her blackmailing him. I think that's a thing that some of us have to deal with. That all of that can actually coexist in this situation. The opposite of all of this situation can also exist. That she didn't set him up. She wasn't trying to blackmail him, even though we're reading the messages, feeling like she was. The art didn't take place. You know, I think that that's why I was saying in the other video that the fact that the conductee used the conduct to benefit from it made the whole situation weird now, because people are feeling like there's no way that there was a conduct, but it's possible that there was still a conduct. So the three things can exist: the blackmail, the setup, and the R. Just because there is a blackmail does not mean the R did not take place. Now, you guys, he also, Nota's friend, mentions that we have to wait for the courts to make a decision on the situation when it comes to the case of an R, and then we can unpack the situation once the decision is made. But we have to remember, you guys, that when it comes to an R, the case of an R, even when the court has concluded that the person is not guilty, even when the court throws out the case because maybe they don't have enough evidence, whatever the situation, it still does not mean that the R did not take place. Because in court, they only work with evidence. And the most complicated thing about an R is that only the two people know that whether it happened or it did not happen. Unless there is a video of the act, none of us know what happens except for the two people that are involved in an act. So we can wait for the courts to do what they need to do, but at the end of the day, even if they decide that he's not guilty, even if they decide to throw the thing out of court, we will still not know what happened. Only the two of them will know. The court, it will just mean that they couldn't find evidence to support that he did it. That's a complicated part about the R. Okay. There's a scary part, you guys, that he talks about. And I like listening to men when they talk about R, because I am raising a young man myself. And I have to listen to them so that I can learn the things that we miss when we are teaching our boys how to treat women, more specifically what a R is. Because he says that he was a head boy at Res, and I interpreted that as maybe he was like a student RA. I was a RA myself for a few years, and you do deal with situations, you guys, where people are reporting the R, and you will be shocked at how the victim or potential victim would be attacked by fellow students because they are reporting what happened to them. Now, this is the scary part, because he gets into talking about how he used to advise boys to ask girls to bring the condoms, to ask girls to perform the O, to ask girls to perform the WOT. Now, here's the thing, you guys. That made me feel like actually the topic should not be when somebody is reporting rape, are they lying? Are they not lying? I feel like the issue here is that we actually don't understand what R is. I think that we need to get back to understanding what R is. Because even when a girl has brought the condoms herself and has said in the messages that she wants to do the act, if she gets to your room and at any point during the activities she says no, she pushes you away, or she gives you any kind of indication that she does not like what is about to happen or what is happening, you are supposed to stop. So the defense of I asked her to bring the condoms, or she brought the condoms herself, because he even goes on to say the fact that she brought the condoms is an indication that she had intentions to have sex. You can have intention to have sex. Go to a guy's place with the condoms. And for whatever reason, maybe the conversation doesn't go as well, or you're just not feeling it. If at any point you decide, with the condoms being here and me being in your house, I still don't want to do it. So, even that, the fact that men also have the impression that if you do all of that, then whatever happens after that, then you like it. That's the thing that is scary, because even when that has happened, if she says no at any point, it's still an R. So, as much as I get what he was trying to do with the boys, in a way, he was indirectly teaching them how to get away with the R. Because did you, when you were telling them how to, because he says you have to build a case. When you're about to have sex with a girl, you must be thinking you are also building a case, a defense case for yourself. But did you go into details though to just teach these boys what an R is? You know, like even when she's brought the condoms, even when she starts kissing you, even when you begin to do the act, if any point she changes her mind and you still continue, it is an R. That's why, even though in the messages, it indicates that she might have been planning to do the act at some point with Nota. But if the act happened and she did not want it to happen, and she indicated that she did not want it to happen, it's still an R. So the blackmail does not mean that there was no R. The setup does not mean that there wasn't an R. That's the fact. It does not mean it. Okay. Now, if it goes to court, chances are Nota might get away, because obviously the courts will only have messages, and then they will have Nota's side of the story. They will have her side of the story. And if the courts, interprets the messages, that's all, as them meaning that she wanted it. That's all that they have. There's no video of the act. But does it mean that it did not happen? It doesn't. It just means that we don't know. But I guess if it has to go to court, this is all that they have. And that's what they are probably going to use. If she didn't even go to the hospital and maybe did the whole process of doing the form when somebody has been violated. Okay. But like I said, you guys, I do understand Nota's friends, okay? They are in a difficult situation. I think that the only time that you should defend somebody when it comes to the art situation is when you absolutely know the person. But even when you do that, you still don't know what happened. You are defending them from the place of, I just know them. I know the kind of person that they are. And because this is my friend or my brother or my son or whoever, or my uncle, they told me it didn't happen. So I choose to believe them, because this is a person that I know in this situation. But even when you do that, you don't know if the act took place. You are just defending from from a place of, I know this person, and so I am choosing to believe them. Even in that situation, you might still be wrong, but what are you going to do if it's your family member and you really know them to be a good person, and they come to you, they say, sis, that did not happen, this is what happened? You are going to end up believing your family member or your friend or your husband or your brother or your uncle. But when you don't know a person very well, it's a high risk to do it. Yes, people don't want to come out here and say, listen, Nota looks shady with this situation. Okay, people don't want to do that. They would rather indirectly say, it's not likely that Nota did it. I get it. But it's a very high risk to even do that, because we all don't know what happened. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Listen, you guys, let's not get too emotional, okay, in the comment section, because we do have our own problems that we need to cry about and stress about and have anxiety about, you know. As much as we feel it for this girl or we feel it for Nota, but let's not be too emotional about the situation. Okay? Let's cry about the fact that we are so broke. There's no money in our bank accounts, kind of situation. Okay? We also owe school fees. School fees. Yeah, we have our own problem. So don't get too emotional. Okay? Let's just express our opinions in an intelligent way to say, I disagree with you. This is my opinion. Don't be going in the comment section. We don't do that. Okay. Thank you so much. Nginethanda kakhulu.